ABC 10 News at 11 starts now.
Cronenworth to first. Padres win their first.
It's an opening day for the history books, and the Padres now have some momentum after a nail-biter of a game against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt. Steve Atkinson has the night off. ABC 10 News covered opening day from every angle. And tonight, we begin with sports director Ben Higgins, who shows us that if ever there was a season for the Friars to go all the way, this is it.
They say that on opening day, every team has a chance, but it's not really true. There are haves and have-nots in baseball, and for once, the Padres can legitimately count themselves as contenders.
Fernando Tatis Jr. doesn't want to wait around to win his first World Series title.
Anytime soon. You know, anytime I'm on the field, they should be expecting that. Because, you know, that's what I dedicate my work for. That's what I dedicate my life for, is to win.
Make no mistake, Tatis didn't sign a 14-year, $340 million contract extension with the Padres to finish in third place every year. And with teammates like Manny Machado, Tatis is in prime position to deliver San Diego's first ever championship.
The sky's the limit with this ball club. I think we have the offense to out-hit teams. We have the pitching staff to out-duel teams, and it's just a matter of just controlling what we can control.
Confidence is good, of course, but it's the manager's job to make sure these guys don't get overconfident.
We got a lot of belief in our team. We got a lot of belief in ourselves. The reality is it's going to be extremely hard.
And then there's the pressure that those World Series expectations bring.
I'd be lying like, nah, we're going to definitely notice it. We're going to definitely feel it, and that's a good thing.
And if the Padres do live up to their potential, there's a very good chance they'll be lifting a trophy in October. I'm Ben Higgins, ABC 10 News.
And Ben will have highlights from today's game later on in sports. And there were those times in today's game that had fans on the edge of their seats, and that includes superfan Susie Butcher. Our reporter Rena Nakato caught up with the lucky fan who spent her day in the stands.
Because of coronavirus rules, only 8,500 fans were allowed inside. But for those who had a seat, the day couldn't have ended any better.
What just happened?
We won!
By her high-pitched giggle, you can tell that Padres superfan Susie Butcher is over the moon. Last night, the 36-year season ticket holder could barely sleep, knowing that she'll be back in the stands for opening day.
I got up early to get ready, of course.
Her day began at the Morena Trolley Station.
I'm waiting for the trolley to get down to Petco Park for opening day.
Since the pandemic shut everything down, opening day 2020 was the first one she'd missed in 36 years.
Everybody is so excited. We just can't wait to get inside.
So excited, she could barely contain herself during our pregame interview.
Thanks,
Okay.
Rena.
Bye!
Okay, bye. Okay, we're done. Oh, Jiminy Christmas.
After she ran inside, she says she was like a kid in a candy store, taking photos with the new team murals, taking in the views, and finding her seat.
Yes, 107.
With ticket limitations, Butcher wasn't in her usual seat, but that was all right. She says she was able to enjoy the game even during the 5th inning.
Oh, man, they scored 6 runs, and I was like, Panic City. But I knew we were going to come back. I just knew it.
And she was right.
Day, a success for San Diego.
The Padre Madre held her breath, said a little prayer, and the boys in brown gave the fans a big W, 8-7 on opening day.
Good job, Padres winner, baby! Yeah!
Butcher says she has a feeling that this isn't just an April Fool's joke, but the first of a series of wins that will take the Padres all the way to the World Series.
The big thing for me this year was we always had hopes, but this year we have expectations because they did so good last year. We're really expecting them to do good this year. And they started off on the right foot, so I'm really excited.
She was right once. Let's hope she's right again.
Butcher is hoping that she gets her usual seat back as more people get vaccinated and pandemic restrictions get loosened. At Petco Park, I'm Rita Nakano, ABC 10 News.
High expectations indeed. And across the state, Major League Baseball stadiums welcome back fans under COVID protocols with fewer tickets available. In Los Angeles, the Dodgers are giving season ticket holders first dibs, while a lottery will parcel out the remainder. A ticket for the home opener next week will cost up to $4,500 on the resale market. Oracle Park, home of the San Francisco Giants, will be divided into 9 zones, each with their own entry, restrooms, and concessions to prevent cross traffic between fans. Inside the Oakland Coliseum, fans will be divided into pods of 2 and 4, seated 6 feet apart. And for months, Petco Park was the place where hundreds of thousands of people got their COVID vaccines. But as opening day approached, the park had to undergo a transition. The vaccination superstation shut down weeks ago, but in the few months that it was open, it gave out 215,000 shots.
It's been such a privilege to partner with the San Diego Padres, the county, and the city to bring this vaccination station to life.
And with each passing day,
right now, Petco can only fill up to 20% capacity. That will increase in the less restrictive tiers to come. And turning now to coronavirus, everyone 50 and over are now eligible for the vaccine, and the county says it's starting to make better progress vaccinating seniors who are homebound. It's an issue that we reported last month. The county admits that problems led to a significant backlog of homebound seniors unable to get the vaccine. Today, County Supervisor Nathan Fletcher said that they're working through that backlog, but it's slow.
And you have to take all of the infrastructure associated with administering a vaccine to someone's house and set up, do all the paperwork, administer the vaccine, and then wait the appropriate amount of time, generally longer for these individuals because they are in higher risk. So we're working through it. We've got a number of providers that are helping.
Fletcher says they've caught up enough that now any homebound San Diegan can sign up, not just seniors. And the county reported another 252 cases today, while our test positivity rate dipped to 2%. Also encouraging, there were no new deaths today, so that total stands at just over 3,500. A new study from data experts at Scripps Health is looking at the number of COVID-related deaths associated with last summer's brief business reopening in San Diego County. And partnering with Columbia University, the study suggests that 45 deaths, about 2 per day, could have been avoided. That's just at Scripps' local hospitals. They say those findings mirror conclusions by experts at the national level. And as parts of the country celebrate a slight return of normalcy, Michigan is facing a very different situation. The state is currently going through what's being called the largest and most alarming COVID-19 spike. Just yesterday, 6,000 new daily cases were reported in the state. And now Dr. Anthony Fauci is sounding the alarm. Speaking with our Scripps affiliate in Detroit, he says it's very likely that Michigan may have reopened too soon, causing the surge, and that this can happen in any state.
We're of concern that we really want people to not declare victory prematurely and pull back on masking and pull back on avoiding congregate settings, because there's the danger of exactly what's happening in Michigan right now.
Dr. Fauci added the best way to mitigate these surges is to continue to get people vaccinated. A deadly house fire in Mountain View appears to have been intentionally started, according to investigators. 3 people were killed when the fire ripped through the home. ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is in Mountain View, where neighbors are in shock.
Emergency crews and investigators have left the scene. They've reopened the street here that's been closed all day. People here telling us that they are simply shaken up by what's happened in their neighborhood today. This house on the 300 block of South 38th Street in Mountain View left quiet and empty Thursday evening. A fire ripped through the home around 6:15 in the morning.
And I opened my door, and all is the fire.
Elsa Oropeza described the street in chaos that morning as she saw the house on fire, and others in the neighborhood ran over to see if they could help.
When we arrived at scene, there were neighbors out front explaining that there was 3 people trapped inside.
They were trying to put water on the fire, and crews went inside immediately to make the effective rescues.
Officials say they found 3 adults badly burned near the front door. They did not survive. Investigators say they suspect the fire was intentionally set. Police say they don't believe there are any outstanding suspects or any danger to the community. 2 dogs survived the fire and were taken in by the San Diego Humane Society. Authorities have not released the identities of the people that died in the fire. Elsa says she didn't know them personally, but recalls often seeing them walking their dog or taking out the trash.
When you see that, you can believe it's true. See? You're in shock.
In Mountain View, Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
We are hearing from first responders who treated George Floyd during day 4 of testimony in the trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. They testified that Floyd seemed to have already passed before they were able to help him.
We did pulse checks multiple times from when we arrived until we arrived at the stateroom at HCMC.
Did anyone ever find a pulse?
No, ma'am.
Prosecutors also played never-before-seen body camera video showing Chauvin explain in a call to a supervisor his account of what happened with Floyd. Initially, he does not mention putting his knee on Floyd's neck. The former supervisor testified the restraint used against Floyd was a commonly used technique, but also said it should have never lasted for as long as it did. Oceanside firefighters say a lightning strike started a fire dangerously close to homes this afternoon. The firefighters were on their way back to the station when they saw the lightning. The call of a fire came in shortly after. A viewer sent in this video, and several trees were burning behind homes on Auburn Avenue. The fire also damaged backyards. Thankfully, crews got the fire under control and no homes were burned.